In this video, I'm going to show you some of the best practices to write your Merch by Amazon listing, as well as how to find keywords that you should use to rank higher and to get as many sales as possible. As a tier 20,000 Merch by Amazon seller, I'm going to show you what's worked best for me from my 3 years of experience, but I've also gone ahead and studied what other high tier sellers are doing so I can provide you with as much value as possible. It's very important that you watch this video from the beginning all the way to the end so that you fully understand everything and so that your t-shirts get all the sales that they deserve. The video is going to be structured into 5 parts. First of all, I'm quickly going to talk about why your listings are so important. Then I'll give you a rundown of how Merch by Amazon listings work and which parts of them are most important. The third part is going to cover all sorts of different types of keywords and how to find them. Then I'm going to write a Merch by Amazon listing from scratch. I'm going to show you the design. I'll tell you why I choose certain keywords, and then you can basically copy that process and use it for your own designs as well. And last but not least, I'm going to talk about some important things to note that you don't want to miss out on to get more sales and also to keep your account safe. Your listing and keywords help Amazon understand which customers might want to buy your design. If you choose the wrong keywords, Amazon will end up showing your t-shirt to the wrong customers and eventually just stop promoting them at all. It's kind of like advertising flip-flops to someone in winter. It's not going to work and it's not going to lead to any sales. When you come to write your listing on Merch by Amazon, you have different fields available to you to input your information. So you have the design title, the brand name, then the feature bullets, and the description. The description is found on the actual product page when you scroll down a bit. The important thing to note here is that the title has the most weight and holds the most importance for your ranking on Amazon, and that's why it should hold the most important keywords to help your designs get found. The description doesn't impact your ranking whatsoever. However, it's still a good idea to fill out the description because it's going to be indexed on Google. So people searching on Google for t-shirts find your design easier if you have your description filled out. I'm now going to explain to you different categories of keywords that are going to be important for your listing, and then I'll also show you different ways on how to find them. So first of all, we've got primary keywords. These are the most important keywords for our listing, and they're the ones that are closely related to a design. So in this case, they're highlighted in yellow. We've got gaming, of course, which is also highlighted on the t-shirt actually in pink big letters. Then we've got gamer, which is obviously the main group of people we're targeting right here, and then anime. Now anime is the style of design right here, and there's a lot of people who like anime and who might be looking for gaming t-shirts. So all of these primary keywords should be included in your title. However, you also need to have them in the feature bullets and preferably brand name as well, because to repeat those most important keywords is key to getting found on Merch by Amazon. I don't recommend repeating them more than once in each of the sections, so if you already have gaming in the feature bullet 1, you don't need to spam it in there another 4 times. So stick to having them in there once, but make sure they're included in each of the fields. Moving on, we've got secondary keywords. Now these are keywords that are closely related to our primary ones. They don't all have to be in the title, but they help fill out your description and get some more visibility on your shirts. In this case, we've got can't hear you, I'm gaming. That is sort of the sub niche that this person is targeting. And then also we've got video games, controller, game. All those words are closely related to our primary niche of gaming. They're very valuable to be included in the feature bullets. If you have space, they could be the title as well. Another example here would be if you had a design aimed at people who like cycling, then the word cycling and cyclist would be your primary keywords. However, words like bicycle or mountain bike, things like that are more secondary keywords. The next group of keywords that's very important to include are target keywords or targeted keywords. In this case, we've got girl, kids, teenagers, basically the target group of people that this t-shirt is designed for. And you can see here that the emphasis is on girl and kids, because this design is mainly in that sort of style that would appeal to girl or young children. Another thing that could be included in this group of keywords are holidays. So if you've got a design that's specifically made for Mother's Day or July the 4th, Halloween, that sort of thing, then it's a good idea to target that specific holiday in the title and feature bullets. The last group of keywords I'm going to talk about are broad keywords. These are often filler words like funny, cute, humor, cartoon, that sort of thing that sort of loosely describe parts of your design. Now these can be very powerful because they have broad niches attached to them, like funny t-shirt. So if you get a design that starts getting a lot of sales, they could start ranking in some of those bigger niches as well. So it's definitely worth including some of these words either in your title or in your feature bullets. So more examples of these types of broad keywords would be retro or vintage. They're not used in this specific design because obviously it's not a retro vintage style design, but you can often see them with sort of distressed or old school design styles, and they can definitely also help you get more results because someone might be looking for retro gaming t-shirt. So now that you know what different type of keywords there are, you might be wondering how to find them. And there's different ways to go about doing that. You could have a look at bestsellers within your niche and see what keywords they're using within their title and bullets, and those might be some good ones for you to use as well in your listings. However, you have to watch out here. Some people do use trademarked words in their listings or banned words, which used to be fine a few years ago, but now you can't use them anymore, like distressed, textured, that sort of thing. But there's a free browser extension called Productor which you can use, which will highlight trademarks and banned words for you in your listing so that you don't have to worry about rejections. I'll leave a link to that down below in the description. Make sure to add it to your browser to keep your account safe. Another thing you can do is use the free Chrome extension AMZ Suggestion Expander, which will help you out while you're typing in your niche into Amazon. It will then give you more keywords that people are looking for while they're typing in that primary keyword, and it's very valuable, and it's going to show you a wide variety of keywords that you could target within your listings. Another method that I often use to find keywords are tag generators. I'll leave a Redbubble tag generator down below in the description, and here you basically just have to enter your main primary keyword, hit search, and then it's going to show you closely related keywords to your primary niche, and it's often helped me find keywords that I never would have thought of, and that's why I think it's definitely worth for you to try out if you're struggling to find keywords. I'm now going to show you how I would go about writing a listing for this t-shirt design right here. And if you're wondering how to create this design, I made an Adobe Illustrator tutorial which walks you through my step-by-step process. So I'm first going to fill in the title for this design, and what you want to do here is put your primary keywords first, because they're the most important and they should be at the start of your title, and then you can put other things like targeted, secondary, and even broad keywords if you have this space for it. So I'm just going to start off by writing beer, American flag, because that's literally what the design is. Then I'm going to put a target keyword because I want to target people who are looking for a t-shirt for 4th of July. That's a very big holiday, and it's definitely what this design is made for people who want to celebrate that national holiday. Then I'll add another couple of target keywords in form of the people who are actually going to wear this sort of shirt, which are men and women. Obviously you wouldn't want to include kids in this design, and you also wouldn't want the kids size to be selected because it's an alcoholic style design which isn't allowed for youth sizing. Now I'm going to add some secondary keywords like America and USA. They could help get some more visibility if someone is looking for a Beer USA t-shirt. Now I've still got space for one keyword at the end, and I think I'm going to use a broad one in this case in the form of vintage, because the design has this sort of distressed effect on there and it has that vintage feel to it. So if someone wanted to buy a vintage beer t-shirt, then this could show up with that keyword in the title. Moving on to the brand name, what I want to do here is replicate a lot of the keywords that we're using in the title and make it look a bit more like a brand as well. So I'm going to copy and paste that into here, then delete the end so I have a bit more space, and I will just add tees onto this, because tees is another word that people might use instead of t-shirt when they're searching for something, and it also looks a bit more like a brand that way. You could use shorter phrases here for the brand that look a bit more professional, but I don't think people care that much anyway, so might as well put more keywords in there. Moving on to the feature bullets, what you want to do here is write some sentences that allow you to add many keywords like secondary, broad, targeted, that sort of stuff. So I'm just going to start out by repeating some of the things that we have in the title. So beer, American flag, America, USA, vintage design for men and women who like drinking alcohol. Those are some new secondary keywords that could also give us more visibility, closely related to the primary niche of beer. And then we could put on 4th of July. That way we've repeated the main target keyword of the public holiday that we actually want to have people buying this shirt for. Then I'm going to start another sentence by saying great, patriotic, which is another secondary keyword. Then graphic tee, that's another term that someone might search for instead of t-shirt. By the way, t-shirt used to be fine, but Amazon now recommends to remove any references to product types from your listing. So you don't get rejections for this, but I just leave it out anyway, just in case. But graphic tee should be fine. And then I'm going to put for adults, that's another target group, from America who love to drink. As you can see right there, you just want to form sentences that have things like who like, who love, and that way you can input different groups of people, men, women, kids, whatever, adults from America, and where it says who like and who love, you can then add other secondary keywords into there, like who love to drink, who love drinking, who like alcohol, those sorts of things, and you can make commas there as well and add multiple keywords to it as well if you wanted to. Now another thing to mention here is you don't have to fill out all of the characters in these bullets. I think if you force yourself to fill that out, you often just add keywords that aren't really relevant to your design, so just use the most important keywords. Don't just spam lots of keywords in there or repeat them. It's not going to help you. In the feature bullet 2, I usually put a lot of different family members and holidays that this shirt might appeal to. And one way you could do that is suitable for mum, dad, grandpa and grandma. So those are different family members that might want to wear this sort of t-shirt for July the 4th. And then you could put on Veterans Day, which is another public holiday that's sort of patriotic, or where people might want to wear an American flag type of design. There's other options like Memorial Day, President's Day, Thanksgiving and Christmas. Now you might say this design isn't really related to Christmas much, but in my opinion it's a good idea to include a massive keyword like this, because you could still get people on Christmas who want to gift something with an American flag theme. Whilst this is more aimed at July the 4th, including Christmas in the design still makes sense, because you don't want to miss out on that high sales volume that comes with Q4 and Christmas. Next up, we've got the product description. If you're using Productor, you have these buttons right here. Again, it's a free Chrome extension. I'll leave a link to it down below. You could click this one right here to copy the bullets down below into the description, and that way you've saved yourself copying and pasting everything over. Now what I would recommend doing, if you upload to the US, use this button right here by Productor to check for trademarks. And as we can see, the only thing that comes up is July, but I have looked into July and these keywords, well, one of them isn't valid and the other one is actually not for t-shirts. I think it's for wetsuits or something, I don't know. It's trademarked for clothing, but not for the clothing that we are selling on Amazon, so that's definitely fine to upload. Now, one thing to note is these strategies work for other marketplaces as well. So if you don't have a Merch by Amazon account, you can still use this if you're selling t-shirts on Redbubble, TeePublic, Etsy, wherever it may be. One thing I would do differently though is I would include the word gift somewhere in your title and description, because that's a massive keyword that you're not supposed to use on Amazon anymore. But for other marketplaces, definitely put gift in there because it'll help you get some sales. The next thing I would say is don't use irrelevant keywords. So for example, if you're using the word funny in your title, make sure it's actually a funny design, because if it isn't and people want a funny design and they search for it, they see yours, they don't laugh, they don't buy it, it's not good for you, and Amazon might stop promoting your t-shirt. What's very important to get found is repeating your most important keywords in the title, description, bullets, and the brand name. I don't mean spam them multiple times in the title, put the same word 4 times in your feature bullet. I just mean repeat it in each one of the fields once. Always do trademark checks and make sure not to use banned words. You can use Productive for this to help you out with it, but also the content policy changes over time. So what might be fine now could not be fine in like 2 years down the line. So always make sure to stay up to date with the Merch by Amazon content policy. And what's going to make your new knowledge even more powerful is watching this video where I show you how to upload to Merch by Amazon 10 times faster.